Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Artist to Artist podcast. The topic of today's episode is something I think I probably should have covered earlier on because it's fundamental career development stuff. I think what I'm going to talk about today will help you come up with a strategy to grow your business and help you narrow down where you need to put your focus depending on where you're at in your career. Last week on Instagram, I shared a post that said, don't ignore these 4 key areas in your makeup artist business. And these 4 areas are the pillars of success in makeup artistry. These are the key areas of your business that are essential for career growth, and they are technique, service, network, and brand. I broke them down a little bit in that post, but I want to dive deeper in today's episode and include some ideas on how to work on each of these areas. I took some time to think about how I wanted to educate on career development in this industry. So I went back and thought about what I did to get my career started. I thought about every time I hit a wall or had to overcome some sort of barrier. And I thought about the times when I needed to completely pivot and overhaul what I was doing. And this has happened a lot of times throughout my career. I thought about what I did to get things moving, to get over these challenges, and I wrote all of these things down. When I took a step back and looked at everything I wrote down, and we'll just call them action items, I guess, I was able to divide them up into 4 categories, and that's where the 4 pillars concept started to form. The 4 pillars will give you an idea of where to specifically direct your time and energy in your business so that you can generate some momentum and move forward in your career. Now, what's important about these pillars is that as your career progresses, there will be times when you need to put in more effort in certain areas over others. And there will be times where you need to put in effort in all areas, like when you're starting out, if you're pivoting, if you're changing markets. Think of the 4 pillars as the key factors to the growth of your business and remind yourself that you should be consistently putting in time and effort into each of these areas in your business to ensure you're successful in moving in the right direction. As I mentioned, the 4 pillars of success are technique, service, network, and brand. Technique is the first pillar, which is no surprise, and this speaks to how you actually apply makeup. It's the technical or skill-related part of this job. Technique includes everything from color theory to hygiene to your product knowledge, so making sure you have the right products in your kit to support your technique and make your life easier. Technique also means understanding the relationship between your application, the camera, and lighting. It's your technique that will get you turning out pro-level applications on anyone, anywhere, for anything. Technique is improved by training and by practice, and it's something we should always be working on in the background because it's the backbone of what we do. If your makeup isn't quite looking as good as it should, if you feel your work doesn't look as good in person as other artists in your market, if you can't seem to translate certain looks on camera confidently, if your clients are asking for something you're not delivering 100% on, if there's something trending and you have no idea how to deliver this or implement this, or if there's fundamentals you're not strong on, like color theory, which is the most important thing and the key to really nailing a big part of your applications, this is the stuff that your training can improve. This can also be working on all skin tones. Maybe you're not strong in contouring and highlighting, or just your ability to keep up on trending looks, even when you don't like them. This is an important skill to continue to develop. I will also say this to any makeup artist that's been doing this for a while. Our work can very easily look dated if we don't keep up with new products, new techniques, new makeup looks, and that's something you really have to check yourself on because it's so easy to fall into a comfortable pattern of makeup application, which will eventually work against you. This is one of my biggest fears, actually, not being able to evolve as an artist. So that's something else you want to keep top of mind. It's important to try new things and get out of your comfort zone, especially when it comes to your makeup application style, your techniques, and your products. If you're listening and you just know this is an area that you need some improvement on, or you know you just need to work more on certain things, it could be just a matter of buying some different products to try, doing some master classes or trainings with artists, maybe taking some new online courses to watch different artists work, spending some time on social, watching tutorials, scheduling creatives or TFPs so you get to spread your wings a little bit, experiment, and try new things. These are all important things to continue to do. The second pillar is service, and this is a good time to remind you that we do work in customer service. Whether we're dealing with a client in our chair who's celebrating a big milestone, a photographer, producer, director, talent, whoever it is, their interactions with us have to be positive so we can generate more work, referrals, and develop a good reputation in the industry. Service can refer to the experience someone has in your chair. It can mean a person's experience booking your services, how you communicate prior to a job, during a job, and once the job is completed. We need to make sure that the entire cycle of the booking process leaves people feeling positive about their experience working with us, and that we are taking advantage of as many opportunities as we can to make a good impression during that booking cycle. There is a lot that you can do with the service pillar in your business, and of course, I'm going to share some examples. You can start with your booking process. How easy is it for clients to book you? Are there things that you can do to make it even easier for your clients? This might mean changes to your website, using a CRM for contracts, things like that. Are the emails you're sending, are they helpful? Are they easy to understand? Are you using communication templates in your business to make sure you're replying quickly and professionally and thoroughly to every job inquiry or to questions people have for you? Even inquiries where you have to refer another artist or let someone know that you're booked. For these things, I swear by communication templates in my business. So run through your most used or most sent emails and create a template for yourself. And what you can do is save these templates somewhere where you can access them easily and quickly when you're on the go. So no matter where you are, you can get back to people. I have saved a lot of my communication or email templates in my CRM, which is Honeybook, and I'll link you to Honeybook in the show notes so you can see what it is if you've never heard of something like this before. And I also just keep them in the Notes app on my phone, because if I am on the go, this is the quickest and easiest way for me to kind of cut and paste an email template, customize it as I need to, and send it off to my clients. Something else to think about within the service pillar is stepping back and reviewing how you're coming across to other people during the entire booking process from start to finish. Is there anything you can improve on? Even on the job, think of things like maybe you're working in warm climates or you work in environments where your clients are always getting hot. Maybe you want to include a couple fans that you can pass to them. Do you have clients always asking for toothpicks or gum or mints? Maybe you want to have an extra big stash of those in your kit, or prepare better touch-up kits with different things your clients are asking you for. All of the things people ask of you, within reason, of course, these are things that you can maybe include in your kit. It'll help provide a great service, because sometimes it's the little things that make a huge difference. An example I can share with you from my own kit for my bridal touch-up kits, I started to include just a few strips of double-sided tape. For me to purchase these, the cost was very low. They don't take up any room. And I always found that right before I was leaving my clients, my bridal clients, people were always looking for double-sided tape. So I make sure to pack that in my kit. It does come in handy on other jobs as well, but for bridal, sometimes people don't have this stuff. Sometimes there's not enough stuff to go around. You can kind of save the day. So that's what I mean in terms of working on things that fall under the service pillar in your business. Even something as simple as your first interaction with your clients, that first moment you meet them in person, are you looking put together? Is your kit looking clean and organized? How are you greeting them? Are you friendly? Are you calm, confident? All of these things make a difference. And think about after the service as well. Are you sending thank you emails? Are you checking in? For those of you working in personal services specifically, like weddings, special events, it would be worth it to send surveys to your past clients after the booking to get feedback on how you did. I know this can be intimidating, but that feedback will really help you tune into what your clients loved about booking you, or maybe what they didn't. It'll let you know what you can improve on. And I would argue that this type of thing would be worth paying your clients for. And what I mean by that is sending them a $5 gift card to buy a coffee once they complete the survey, for example, because you need this feedback to ensure you're servicing your clients properly. And this could also give you a huge advantage against other artists in your market. So this feedback is going to be really important. The third pillar is network. So who you know. We have to be continuously working on connecting and networking with people in the industry, people we meet on jobs, and people we are referred to. Creating positive connections in the industry is something that is essential to running a successful business. And good networking is really just about making connections and connecting others. So through these connections, we can generate work directly or through referrals, which is a big one. You can create connections with people you enjoy working with, people you can rely on, and people who have the same goals and work ethic as you do. This is an ongoing, never-ending, and extremely valuable and important part of your business. I know sometimes Sometimes people shy away from this, but try to get excited about meeting new people because all it takes is one person to change your career for the better. And you should never really be in a position where you're sitting around and waiting for something to happen. This is a dangerous position to be in. All of the pillars will play a part in your success, but the networking pillar is the one a lot of us shy away from or maybe don't put regular effort into because it can be a really intimidating thing to tackle. A lot of us know what new products are launching when, who did what looks from which big celebrity event, what products are going viral on social. But do you know who the major players are in your market, in your industry? Do you know who some of the up and coming photographers or production companies are where you live? Do you know if anything is filming in your city? Do you know what brands or companies are hiring makeup artists for work where you live? If you don't, you definitely have some work to do. So if you are in a position where you feel stuck, and this could mean you think you suck at networking, you can't find new clients, you don't have a steady stream of people reaching out to you for work, people you have worked with prior to this are not working with you now, you haven't really participated in a lot of TFP or creative shoots, this is a big sign it's time to put some energy into actively networking. And I mentioned this just briefly a few seconds ago. Good networking is just about making connections, not about going out there and getting bookings from one single email. So you've got to really work on fostering relationships with people. Engage with people on social media. This is the easiest form of networking. Like, comment, repost, tag people. If you see someone's work that you like, say something on social, post a comment, send a DM. Remember to follow up with people you've worked with in the past to check in, send your thank you emails or your DMs to people that you've worked with when the job is over. If you meet someone on a job, get their social, send a quick note saying how much you enjoyed working with them. Do not overthink it. Just make this type of engagement part of your to-dos for each week. And definitely do not shy away from sending just quick introductory emails or DMs to people you want to connect with, just to say, hi, love your work, here's who I am, what I do, I would love to connect with you sometime or collaborate on something. There does come a time where you just have to go for it and you can't worry about anything else. If you get ghosted, you get ghosted. If they say they don't want to work with you, that's fine. I promise your career will continue to grow even if you do get rejected. And if you get further than that, that's great. But you will never know unless you try. It's also important for me to remind you that good networking takes practice. So the faster you start practicing, the sooner you'll get better at it. No one starts being amazing at networking. If you're sitting on some unsent DMs or emails, this is your sign to just go for it. Just hit send, just do it. The fourth and final pillar is brand. Your brand speaks to how you present yourself as an artist and a service provider to the industry and your clients. As you know, we work in an image-focused industry, so how people see you, it really does matter. And your brand encapsulates everything the outside world sees that is connected to you. Your website, your social media presence, how your kit looks, how you look, the communication that you send out, it all affects the way you're perceived by other people. You want people to see you and your business in a positive light. You want people to see you as confident, trustworthy, and reliable, and branding is a huge part of doing this effectively. I want you to take a step back and think about how people may perceive you. Try to think about more than just your logo and fonts and colors that you're using, which is also a part of your branding, but go a little bit deeper than that. Are there products you can add to your kit to elevate it? Is your kit clean and organized and labeled? Are you dressing in a way that will make you appear professional or could make you feel more confident? What about how you communicate to your clients? Is that done in a positive and professional way? I always say you get what you give in this industry. So if you want to be treated as a professional, charge higher rates eventually, then you have to really present yourself as one. Running a successful business and working as a makeup artist is not just about applying makeup. Doing one thing well is not going to be enough here. In order to be successful in this industry, you do need to do a lot of things well so you can build a career that is profitable, sustainable, and enjoyable. And now that you know what the 4 pillars are, take some time to reflect on what stage you're at in your career, and then think about which of the 4 pillars pillars you might need to focus on to move yourself forward, even if it's just a little bit. For some of you, you're going to have to start putting work in all 4 areas of your businesses. For others, you may need to improve on your technique or put more time and energy into branding or networking maybe. The great thing about the 4 pillars is that the answer to questions like, how do I get started? What do I do to make this a career? How do I get to the next level? The answer to all of these questions can be found within these 4 areas of your business. You can always come back to this podcast if you're stuck and you need to refocus your energy. And just remember the 4 pillars: technique, service, network, and brand. Write these down and start to group what you need to work on in your business under one of these 4 categories, and start to strategize and plan what you're going to work on. Block out time in your calendar to get this done each week. I hope this episode has given you some insight, some motivation, and direction. If you are enjoying this podcast, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you follow Artist to Artist on Instagram. Thank you so much for listening today. I will talk to you next week. Enjoy the rest of your week.